Okay, sorry I am so slow today. That's nothing new. Never once been able to get in on time, exactly on time, and getting started on time. And hopefully I'll be tightening that up soon, I guess. Um, I guess I should have started earlier. Uh, Um, Here, let's switch to desktop with my face. You know, my face. The face. Okay. Ever since I slept on my arm this morning, this has been in and out being asleep. Could be. Uh, Anywho, okay, so what I did yesterday was I went ahead and moved the create doors from specs into the room class, or the visual room class, I should say, because I'm gonna totally I'm gonna totally rewrite, or I'm not gonna rewrite it, but I'm gonna move all the room access to the, or the door access to the room, so that's a single point of manipulation, so that I don't have any like weird like synchronization errors in between the actual door, and like anything extra I want to put on for visual sake. Right now, it's a duplicate of the room and door functionality, but with the added thing of like the visual stuff that produces like this stuff here. Anywho, I figured I would go ahead and at least do a little bit of development toward the deal before I went back to trying to fix that. And basically, it's a kind of a precursor to the layout tool. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fix it to where I guess I'm not using inheritance, I'm using composition, but basically um where it has the functionality and the members of the door and room classes. What am I yawning for? So it's gonna contain room and door instances, the visual room and door. Um and Anyways, it's a precursor to the layout tool, and it still has to do with the layout stuff here in the editor. And um, right now, if I want to add anything to a door or the room class, I have to add them also in the visual door and room class. So I'm just trying to make it so that I don't have to do that next time. Okay, so let's go here. Let's see the door specs. 8 and 9, which is fine. 8 and 9 is fine. Hubert then spots John, pulls up info about him, and sees him enter a convenience store, grab a mini monkey bar, puts a silver ticket. Okay, so Look over Harry's life, so only John is left. Okay, let's go up here. And Hubert walks over the giant crystal ball, starts peering into it. 3 candidates. Okay, so this is the actual John. Okay, so it's not going to say this exactly. What it's going to say is what? What is it going to say? Hmm. I'll say that he then picks John. I guess I'm gonna just go ahead and leave it like this. He picks John. Grab a Benny Wonky bar. Here. Okay. Let's see. Carefully weighing. Okay, so you're gonna make a choice between using magic. Hubert has half of his magic missing, and thus casting spells. Okay, let's do it this way. On his desk, Hubert has 3 hats of various shapes. It says various styles, I guess. Styles. Um, and I don't guess it's important as far as the spells aren't that important, other than being important in kind of the story. So we're not gonna have like a spell book or anything like that right here. Maybe in the future he'll have a spell book in the study and you'll have to look through it. I remember a couple of King's Quest games where you had to, like I said, I think it was King's Quest 3, where you opened the wizard's spellbook and you got ingredients. I can't remember exactly what other games, but I did that. But this will be similar. Spells from which to cast magic spells with. There's also a small but ornate box, almost. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll leave the description off. There's a small box with a slit in it, just big enough to push in. Well, size of an air fryer, but um, make that a little bit different. Um, what would you call a It's like you're describing a mailbox. So how come notification is there, but how come the notification sign isn't going away? Because this is actually the notification here. Tux Gamer Light. Oh well, it doesn't matter, I guess. It'll eventually go away, I think. What am I doing? Okay, so I don't even know how to visualize this box here. It's it's kind of interesting. I should almost even though it's just words and stuff, I should almost start doing some visual, I guess, concept art kind of thing, where I sketch or I maybe get an AI or to do AI image generator or something or clip art or whatever images maybe, and start thinking about what these things are supposed to look like. Even though this is only text here, it'll eventually be visuals, and so I should start developing the visuals now, even though I don't have any visuals actually in the game right now. Three hats of various styles, which catch do with um, also a large. It's not a small box anymore, which almost looks like a safe with a little door. Um, yeah. Okay. So let's think about this for a second. Okay. So you're trying to convey some information to the player. Now, firstly, this is text, so you can't even see what it even kind of looks like. You have no clue what this is, but Hubert knows exactly what it is. So, um, maybe it has a label on the side or something, or a label on the front. Um, okay. On the front of the box, there is a small label which reads property of halfway Hubert. We'll do it like this. Mailbox. Uh, magic mailbox number 001 of 100 or something. Probably if halfway Hubert. Okay. Hit 2 if you wish to. Okay. Hubert figures to send a silver ticket via the candy bar John has just purchased. So that's the various styles. from which to cast magic spells with. There's also a large box, almost looks like a safe with a little door. On the front of the box, there's a small label which reads Magic Mailbox number 001 of 100, property of Halfway Hubert. Um, I was thinking I could add some more stuff about it being illegal to own mailbox without like express permission of the king or something, right? Because not everybody can own a magic mailbox, and in fact, most people don't own a magic mailbox, but because Hubert is the king's advisor, his best friend, the real king's advisor and his best friend, he actually got the first one. Anyways, um, okay. Now let's go ahead and control save. Okay, let's go ahead and go in here and let's add its description. It's just a description here. It's nothing fancy. Um, hmm. Okay, so hit one to um, continue to Cerulean. Actually, it'd be hit one to continue. I'll say hit one to continue. Um, and here I'll say after okay. Hubert opens the larger box and large box on his desk. Could say container, but he pulls open the door on the box and puts a single silver ticket into it. And then says the destination out loud. What do I call it? Let's see. He's supposed to be living in Oregon, isn't he? I don't remember if I don't remember if I have an exact place in Oregon that he's supposed to be living in. I think. Um, I won't worry about that right the second. Uh, see, John Thomas Cerulia. Penny Wonky Candy Company. Oh, how about Benny Wonky Bar? Benny Wonky Chocolate Bar. Um, Oh, inside the wrapper. Okay, it's just even though I'm not trying to do any kind of narrative like description here, because that's gonna be later. I'll actually have it in the form of a narrative, so it reads like a story more. Um, this is kind of significant because it's showing exactly where it's going to go. And if you notice me looking to, actually it would be to the left on the screen. It's just because I'm looking at my other monitor. Um, Sometimes they're like Discord, what do they call it, notification. Um, and I like to close out those notifications as soon as I get them. So I'm constantly looking over at my screen over here, and then I also got just Discord and IRC over here. Okay. Um, Hit one to continue. See. Okay, and then this one says Fiat of Death's magic word. Ticket then disappears. Uh, for the evidence, is John. Oh, I guess I didn't finish that either, did I? And this has got to be hit one to continue. Oh, that's right. So, Hebert kind of has to wait until John actually. Yeah, that's right. Nope. And I'm gonna go ahead and save room data. Hopefully things don't screw up on me. Okay. And let's see here. Was I done here? Something to indicate. Hubert then just waits. There we go. I don't really have. Okay, so this, what does this say? In our realm, also culturally by channel landing, John's leaving work, walking home down the street, steps up near a store to buy, gets his favorite candy bar with a silver ticket inside. Uh, Portal opens. Well, that is exactly what's going to happen. First of all, the magic mailbox takes longer, right? It takes a day. So he's going to end up going home, and we're going to in the game time in the story time, we're gonna wait a day before he actually gets the ticket. So he's gonna have to go to the same store and stuff the next day, and so I'm gonna have to even duplicate that. I think I'll just duplicate naturally. Uh, let's do something instead here. Okay, let's go ahead and add. That's another thing I need to figure out. I need to be able to put the Let's see something here for a sec. Let's unlock rooms a little bit. Let's save room data. No. What am I trying to do? What am I trying? Oh, I want to add it. Add a room. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. this up here. And let's go ahead and take this guy all the way over here. That way. Let's actually just take this and let's remove it. Let's go ahead and add a new. Oh, interesting. What am I thinking? Of course. I'll have to do it differently. Um, what I need to do is I need to check that. We're gonna move this right about here. We'll do it like that. Right about the center. And then what we're going to do here is first I'm going to collapse all the rooms. So I'm going to move them in unison without moving the rooms itself. So that way, when a new thing pops up, it's going to okay, let's take all of these and then let's move these over here. Something like that. Let's see here. This. Gonna move this over here and this. And then we're gonna do this again. We're gonna move these. Whoops. Over. Like so. Now when I pop in a new one, there we go. Okay, we're going to save this, obviously. And we're going to go ahead and save room data. So. And then reload save scene. Okay, that's interesting. Why is new location no longer there? Plus, save room data. Alright, let's go in here. Let's check the stupid rooms. No location is in there. And the meta file should still be there. New location. Okay. So if that's the case, if I saved it, I'm saving it doubly on purpose. Then scene, reload, save scene should be in there. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I thought I had saved it, but apparently I didn't save it. But now I have it saved. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And we want to drop this all the way down. Here. Okay, I'm just going to do a straight up copy. Like, I'm going to copy each thing over. So let's just select all. Copy. and paste. Okay. Door specs. Now we also got to do the same thing here. There. Door specs. Copy. Yeah, that's gonna go here. Paste. Sure. And then let's call this. Let's actually call this Cerulean 3. Yeah, let's just go ahead and call it Cerulean 3, I guess. So Cerulean is 003. Okay, and then this is Cerulean 3. 003. Cerulean 3. Cerulean 3. That? No, it's going to be 003. Okay. Say room data. Should I double saved it? Okay. I'm just making sure that I double saved it. Scene. Reload save scene. Okay, wait a second. What's going on here? Something's not right here for some reason. Cerulean 3 is right here. And I should have called it Cerulean 2, but that's okay. So how come where is what happened to Cerulean 3? Anywhere? Nowhere? So scene, reload, save scene. Oh, it's not okay, of course, it's not loading Cerulean. Alright. How dumb of me. Let's go to script. What time is it? Okay, 12:48. Alright. And let's go to let's close that. Close that. Editor map. Let's do something here. Let's go to load all rooms. Okay, let's just go ahead and put 004 here, like so. Whoa. See. 004. There we go. Save. Scene, reload, save scene. And case of Dragon Mount. Okay. Let's go into room. Let's go into 2D map. Where is that coming from? Oh, Caves of Dragon Mount, of course. What is? Wait a second. Why is Cerulean 1 up there? This actually should be Cerulean 2, but why do we have this extra weird node? Reload save scene. Why do we have... What's this extra weird dealy? Oh. Okay. Let's do something here then. Just go ahead and shift, delete. Okay. Save. Reload save scene. And we shouldn't have any weirdy... 5, 6, 7... 9, Cerulean 1, Cerulean 100. Oh, because it's, yeah. Okay. It's a dragon mount. Okay, because I did 004, it's actually put Cerulean 100 there, which is not going to be 100 when I'm done. In fact, Cerulean 3 should be actually be 2. Okay. All right, so let's just that's 100. That doesn't belong there. These belong here, though. All right, so let's go to here. Okay, let's go here. Let's rename that to, and also save room data, reload save scene. Five, six, seven. I don't know, when I get into the code, with the story, I can talk about story quite a bit, right? Even when I'm designing the cards, splitting them up. But when I'm programming, uh, I just kind of tend to trail off and whatever. And the only reason this is in this order here is because, oh, you know what? Let's do something else here too. Let's rename this 99. That. And Control S, save. Save room data. Reload saved scene. And that way, now it's just Cerulean 99 and it's down at the bottom instead of at the top. Okay, I'll fix that in just a second. Um, well, I'll actually go ahead and pull this down here. And we'll just sort of set it and forget it. No, we'll sort of set it over here. over here somewhere. That, save room data, and this. I guess I'll leave the door spec for that, random villages. And then I'll rename it back to the whatever the last Cerulean one is. Or actually, I won't. I mean, I will, but I'll do that when it's going to be used or whatever, when it's necessary. Let's see. 99 inbound. Well, that's kind of interesting. I guess. Although I guess it'll re-establish it once I that's right. 009. Over to random villages. Hmm. I guess I'll worry about that when I can't. Well, actually, you know what I'll do? Why don't I open that in a new tab. Rooms back up. So Cerulean 1, its inbound is 008 Lapswood. And there's a comma. There shouldn't be a comma there. Interesting. And okay, that's just the old backup. Let's go to rooms. Let's go to this guy, and let's put this in that one too, and save that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit reload and see if that screws anything up. Okay, so reload save scene. It should have a little dot on the top that goes nowhere, I think. Right? Okay, so when it did it, oh, it must have modified it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I won't worry about it just right yet. We'll wait until we get to that actually that point. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take the door here, and we're gonna point this to Cerulean 2, 3, Cerulean 2. And this one. Paste. Sure. Plus. Save room data. Scene, reload, save scene. Okay, good, good, good. And I think, well, okay. If I'm doing it like I've been doing the other day, um, So the question is, should I continue on adding more cards? Because I ultimately have to do that when when we when we see John in Cerulia uh after he receives the magic mailbox, then um John is going to wait a day in his time, story time, before he gets the ticket, which means that you're going to have a full thing of him going home, and there might be um, uh, there might be a couple of locations there. Obviously, he's obviously going home, so he'd be going to the library the next day to work. So we just do like a passage of time, like he goes home, does whatever he does normally, and then he goes to sleep, and then he wakes up, and then he goes to work, and at the library. That's where he'll spot the copy of Unicorn Sign Language, and instead of picking it up, he'll probably just like read it. In fact, I might have like different titles and things. So it'll be like a couple of extra cards, pages. Okay. Honestly, I don't know what's more interesting here. I mean, I don't like programming that much, but right now, I don't know. Right now, I feel like programming more than I do actually working on these cards here. That's kind of the bad part about it, I guess. Okay. 44 locations. Let's see some here. Of course. So 0.44 is the percentage. So if I've only got one, two, three locations done, times three, I only got 1.32% of the cards done already. Work. Uh, so I got barely above 1% done. 44 locations, and actually there's 93 pages. But if we're going by if we're going by percentage based on all the locations there are, this will give me roughly an idea of how far along I am in the game part in the story. Man, it's gonna take a long time to do that too, and it's gonna be boring as heck. Anyways, I think today I just want to see. I'm gonna go ahead and do mess around with the programming here a little bit. And what I need to do that though is So I need everything that I use to access the doors with. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna kind of go like line by line, and when I hit like one of my functions, I'm gonna go into the function and see that that the doors are only accessed through the room. We'll do it that way as first. So the first one to do is not this create from JSON because that is already in the room. This is part of the add room to editor map here. So I'm going to go ahead and control find add. Okay. Actual function door in room dot get children. If door is visual door. Door to owners get room dot doors dot clear. Child in room dot get children. If child is visual doors. Room dot doors dot append child. Huh. Okay. So this is the first thing. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is here is this is the room, and I'm getting it via the node, and I don't necessarily want to get it via the node. So I have to okay, so I have to kind of think about this for a second. First, this does based off of the I have insects or something, flying bug or something. Okay, so I'm basically basing this off of the node, um, ba based on the fact that um, the room is a node 2D, and it has the visual door as a child of it, right? And then it sets the owner here, room.owner. That's fine. Just the door isn't. And so let's think about this for a second. Door in room.get children. Doors is going to be visual door. Visual door has an array of doors. So I should be able to get those, and I should still be able to set their owners to this. Get tree. Add room to editor map. Room.doors.append. Set up visuals. Um, I'm trying to think of how I want to do it. Right? Add room to editor map. Rooms that add child room. owner. Get children. That's not what we want to do. Presumably the doors have been made already. Um, I might have to take my break early. Um, let's see something here. Door in room that get children. Doors visual door. We just want to set the owner. Right, this adds it. I get it. I get it. Room that owner. Okay, maybe I should pull up Grok for this. Um, Here, let me see. New window. And honestly, I should start a new conversation, but I think I just I want to continue with the conversation as is, until I actually need like an image. Until I need to look at images, which I don't need to do just yet. Thursday. At 1 p.m. I'm working on add room to enter map function. Please acknowledge. Okay. I can probably set the owner. Let's see. We'll wait till it responds. Oh, maybe you can't do it. Maybe I hit it. Maybe it's the maybe I hit the top here. Okay, let me share the code. Really good. It's kind of annoying. I know it has a memory, but it's annoying that I'll have to like I have to reload recopy the script files. Now they're getting bigger, and now there are more of them that I have to add in there. That's so it's already going to start with this. Well, it's just the way I feel. I feel like the chair is way down for some reason. It's not though, but okay. So, anyways, I don't have to break it in a new conversation every single stupid time. Okay. Or add to map. Please analyze give me a brief summary. Purpose. Adds a room to visual room instance of the editor, mapping, grading, and seeing how I compare for editor visualization. Checks room is valid, prints an error, returns null. Add to scene, adds room as a child of rooms node, container, and editor map. Sets ownership, ensuring the room is editable in the Redot editor. Update door ownership, iterates over the room children and the owner. Rebuild doors array. There's room.doors, currently an array of visual door due to inheritance. Well, it's not inheritance. There's not inheritance in here. Visual door instances assigns self. It's a visual room. No, it's not. That's okay. That's the thing. Okay. Quick corrections. Neither visual door nor visual room are using inheritance. They're simply their own classes that simply duplicate the functionality of door and room. Let's see, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? This is actually what I'm working toward changing it. I'm actually going to convert it to using composition for room and door to be members of visual room and visual door. But right now they're just node to these. Please acknowledge. This can make things terribly slow. Slow. You know what could be an idea, maybe, is to literally start several different conversations with each with a different piece of what I'm working on. That way, I can go into their respective conversations to, oh, see, it's having a hard time. It's having trouble. Why is it reconnecting? And of course, streaming. I'm pretty sure streaming is just working fine. It's just it's See, this is still working fine. And here, let's go back here. Reconnecting. Yep, I think I've hit it. I think that about does it for this conversation. In which case, I'm gonna have to do whatever the thing is to do the next conversation. New chat. Um, how much do you know about my gaming? Enchanted lands and change lands. Let's see what it replies. It should reply fairly quick because why? Because I'm starting a new conversation. And nope, I broke it. It is broke. What did you do, Keith? I forget it. Make sure everything's working here, and it is. It seems to having a hard time loading conversations. Let's look at the history. Should be a history here. This is fine. Dang it. Let's check something here. Let's check my phone. Actually, it's about time for break anyways, isn't it? I'm gonna try. I'm actually gonna try the Grok website via my phone. I got the Grok app, but um, I don't necessarily want to do that just this second. Maybe I should try the Grok app first. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Now, let's see some of my... Still reading is using Premium Plus, even though I'm not on Premium Plus. Okay. Alright, now it's not it. Okay, that's fine. Uh, oh. Oh, weird. It actually... Oh, well, it actually did that. So it's actually working fine. In fact, somehow it's just this, and it might be just me here. Yeah, let's just refresh this. Go to chat. There we go. Oh, apparently he knows quite a bit here. Older messages. That's kind of weird. Okay. Um, why it's acting weird. Do this again. Good amount of context, so I can piece together a detailed picture. Here's what I know. Overview. Choose your own adventure. Text face. Designed to evolve or multiple fully interactive. Okay. Development platform. Redot. Not a typo. Okay. Gameplay. Choice mechanics. Okay. Room-based system. Issues like syntax error, crashes, visualization changes. Specific story details. Current progress. visuals and assets. So Redot is actually a fork of Godot 4.3. So it was not a typo, but is completely functionally equivalent. I'll let it go. It might be just being taking time because either there's a bunch of people on or just because I'm on the free one and maybe I don't get priority. It's taking too long for me to be able to use it. And now it's past my stupid. Okay, I'm gonna take my break now, so I will see you on the other side of the break. Mic off. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it took longer than normal, and I guess I don't know if I get a lot done today. Thanks for playing today. Uh, okay. Let's see. I wonder if I need to. Here, I should go ahead and type back in the thing here. Back. Um, do I need to repost all my source code? See what it says. In your website, unless there's some specific key change or want me to analyze. Okay, so just um, a brief note about what we were discussing before I figured I had to start a new conversation. After a certain point, you'll stop analyzing images and then, in some cases, manage to crash or not generate any response. I guess when I hit some sort of limit. But um, the visual room and visual door classes do not use inheritance. They spend no duty. Um, and they duplicate existing room and door functionality. I'm planning on using composition so I can have all the room and door properties um, in the visual classes. Visual classes add things like door visuals, colored directs along the top and bottom of the room panel, lines connecting the room panels themselves so that I can use the editor as a layout tool. So I also see. I'm then also going to only allow access to the doors and visuals via the room class. So I'm working on removing any door access in the editor map class. Please acknowledge. Acknowledge is kind of a long word to type, but I just do it anyways because it makes the most sense, I guess. And I'm kind of just been doing it. I acknowledge you. Okay. No inheritance. Come your bedding room door properties and encapsulation. You're restricting door access and their visuals to go through the visual room class, removing door. Sounds like solid plan. Okay, so I'm going to paste a function that adds the rooms to the editor map. Scene. And it does a few other things which I would like you to analyze. Analyze. Summarize. Or I continue on. And that is, I'm gonna go back in here. Oh. Oh, okay. Copy. Yeah, no, well, that's okay. So I'm, let's see. Dot doors append. Rebuild the doors array from children. Huh. Get tree, edited scene root. Door owner. It we got edited scene root. Moved. I set the door owner anywhere else in the script in the project would it point to the same thing. Now, room, visual room, has access to the editor map. So I actually, here's the root node of the currently edited scene in the Redot editor. Okay. Returns the root node of the scene currently being edited in this Redot editor. Its context specific to the editor state represents the topmost node of the scene you're working on. It's typically used to ensure nodes are properly integrated in the scene for saving serialization and editor functions. If called in the same editor context in other parts of your project, another script or function while editing the same scene in the Redot editor will point to the same root node. A different scene. Versus editor. It returns no inclusions edited scene outside the editor context. Ah, interesting. The good part is that Visual Door and Visual Door and Visual Room would not be calling this at all. Uh, Room and Door, anything outside of these two classes wouldn't be called at all. Um, yeah. I'm somewhere he is. Okay, so I realize that now, of course, when I start creating my layout tool, it will be seen. So in that case, is this going because she is in a proper layout tool? In other words, I'm going to actually run this scene. I'm going to duplicate this editor map and have it run normally, where I will have to add a camera and a few other things manually. So would this cause an issue since See, I may need to have a thing where it says only, add this in the editor. Huh. I guess I should be reading this aloud if anybody's even actually watching or listening, which probably not. Well, except for you, Rook. Thanks for welcoming me back. I didn't even look at the stupid chat, which is like right here, right in the right side here on the screen. And you're probably the only one that either watches or listens. So I'm like sitting there just like staring at this response from Rock and realizing, well, at least there's at least somebody in there. I should at least be saying something. um, Fine. Okay, so scene tree navigation, rely on owner, editor versus runtime. Your current code assumes editor context. Running it unchanged and runtime scene could lead unexpected behavior. Indirectly depend on owner. For editor state in your layout tool doesn't rely on it at runtime, the null owner might not break functionality. Um, Valid owner, you'll get null references. Guide against null at runtime. Okay, right, I get that. Encapsulated in visual room, since you're moving door management in the visual room, create a method to handle door addition and owner setting. Yeah, yeah. Add door. Add child door. Uh, let's see. Giveaways. Okay. Shows the camera. Okay, test owner usage. Encapsulation alignment. Okay. Quick question two. What if I set the owner manually? For instance, Let me check it here for a quick second. The editor maps main root scene is called editor map. Okay, and let's go ahead and I'm going to do a screenshot because it should be able to look at my screenshot this time. Copy the clipboard. And I'm not sure if editor map is it just, it's just a node. It's just a node. As we can see in these. Yeah. The code I just set for pointer equals um editor map. Let's assume I let's assume it's a scene level variable. To set the owner is the root node of your scene likely a node? It's the topmost node in the scene tree with rooms as its child. If the editor map is a scene level variable itself in the editor map script or on ready bar editor map, yeah, exactly. Points to this root node. Determine which owns it for the purpose of scene serialization. Editor, which is the scene root. This is a valid approach. It aligns with how the scenes are typically structured. When you save the tscene file, nodes with an owner set to the scene root are serialized as part of the scene. The editor map is the root node of your scene. Setting the ensures that will this work in the editor? Yes. This works in the Redot editor. You're explicitly telling Redot is equivalent what it does in the editor context. Avoids a runtime issue being null since editor maps direct reference to the root node and will be out in both editor and runtime. Yes, this also works in runtime in your duplicated layout tool scene since editor map directly references the editor map node, not the root of the scene. Avoiding the null issue you get with get tree.edit scene root at runtime. Any logic relies on owner will work correctly in the layout tool, whether you're running it with a camera 2D or other runtime components. More consistent across it, yeah. Avoids the need for fallbacks. Since editor map is properly defined, accessible where you're setting the door owner, for example, if editor map is a scene level variable in editor map script, it should be yes. Pass or here load a different scene as the root runtime. Still point to the old editor map node unless updated. Editor map equals self. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Um, I already passed editor map to the visual room and door classes. Uh, here. Actually, let's click cancel and let's minimize that. That's fine. Let's go here. Um, visual room and where we got? We got editor map. Where do I set editor map? Where do I actually set it at though? Oh, in the script, there's the root node editor map property of the visual room instance allows visual room and visual door children to reference the editor map node for logic or visualization. Setting room, not owner itself, would make the editor map node the root of the scene, the owner of the visual. Similarly, you could self dot owner equals self for visual door nodes. Self in this context is the editor map instance. It's equivalent. Okay. Yes. Hmm. Okay, that's all I wanted to know since I'll be moving some of this code into the visual room class. Anyway, I need to Need a few moments to review some code. Okay, so let's go back in here and so let's just go ahead and edited scene root. Let's just take those, both of those, and we'll just duplicate the line, which isn't going to hurt anything. So, and then we are going to go ahead and probably doesn't matter which one I comment out, but I'm going to comment one of them out. And the other one, I'm just going to point them to self. We're going to see if it works. Self. Nope. Self. Okay. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make sure save everything. I'm going to save room data. I'm going to, let's clear this out. Let's scene reload, save scene to see if it keeps everything in the node tree normally. So it shouldn't be any change at all if this is working correctly. And everything seems to be there. Everything seems to be fine. There's nothing weird. All right. That seems to have worked. Okay. Okay, this makes it easier. Child. Rebuild the doors away from children. Okay, so let's just take this function and repaste it. Notice the changes. The only changes are the get edited scene tree thing. All right, that's actually a lot of stuff for this. Okay. Function you shared. It compares to the previous one. I don't remember renaming anything. I don't think I ever actually had, although I could do it. It's not a big deal though. I don't remember Adroom, but maybe Adroom was the old name. Hmm. I don't, I don't, maybe it's one of the old versions that I have that I posted in there. There was a deal where I removed what the type was because it was doing some stuff that was causing some errors to pop up, and so instead I removed those, and then it worked fine because of the way it worked. Switch from get tree to self. Um, okay. Okay. Uh, if not room, okay, rooms dot add child, room dot owner equals self, door. I'm sure there was probably a reason to. Okay. Okay. To rebuild the rooms from children, but I can't remember why I did that. Let's see. Sharing the doors arrays up to date. The scene tree. Oh, I finally hit my limit. Actually, I think it was still running as though I were on premium because I didn't mess with the thing that updated it. So, interesting. Very interesting. That's okay. It's almost time for me to be done, anyways. Can change dynamically. Nodes might be added or removed or reparented. As a manual list, you maintain and track visual door nodes, but it won't automatically reflect changes in the scene tree. Add room to editor map is called when adding a digital room to the editor map. You might have encountered bugs where room.doors contain invalid references to free nodes or miss new doors, especially doors are created dynamically. Yeah, the doors will be in the visual room class. Will actually be rebuilt there. Let's see something here. So yeah, room that rebuild doors could just do it directly. So why don't I go ahead. That append child. Okay. Um, would it matter where I put rooms that add child room? Like, could I put it at the end, or does it need to be added before rebuilding doors and so forth? Okay. Query limit reached for GOG 3. Refreshes in 4 minutes, huh? Interesting. Query limit. That's kind of interesting, but that's okay. In fact, like I'm almost close to being done for today anyways. Weather placement. You move it to the end of the function, or if it needs to be before the door rebuilding the other steps. Converge in the function. Now your scene tree is in the screenshot. It's child editor map. Rooms that add child add the visual room node to room as a child of rooms in the scene tree. This integrates the room. If you move the end of the function, the order of operation becomes room owner equals self. Set door owner self for each visual door child. Rebuild room doors by clearing and repopulating from room.get children. Editor map equals self. Room.setup visuals. Rooms.add child room. Does it depend on add child? No. Assigns ownership for serialization purposes. Operation doesn't require a room to be in the same scene tree yet. It's a property assignment that works regardless of the room's position in the hierarchy. This step is unaffected by moving add child. Don't earn yourself for each visual door child. No, but indirectly analysis. The loop for the door in room.get children iterates over the children of room At this point, room isn't in the scene tree yet. If add child is moved to the end, however, um, room.get children doesn't require room to be in the scene tree. It simply returns the nodes that are already children of the room in memory. These visual door nodes were likely added to room before calling add room to editor map. During room creation deserialization, setting door owner equals self is also a property assignment and doesn't depend on the scene. This step works fine. It assumes that room already has its visual door children. Um, if room.get children relies on the scene tree initialization, e.g. doors are added dynamically during ready, this could cause issues, but it's unlikely here since the doors are likely pre-attached, which they are. Build, rebuild, does depend on the add child node, but similar kvat. The room doors.clear and subsequent loop to rebuild the room doors from the room.get children also don't require room to be in the scene tree. As before, get children operates on the rooms in memory children, not the scene tree's state. Conclusion: the step is unaffected, assuming the rooms children are already set up. Does it depend on add child? No. Another property assignment, unaffected. Visuals. Potentially, is a custom method on visual room. You've mentioned sets up visual elements like room panels, door rectangles, and connection lines for the editor map. The exact behavior of setup visuals isn't shown, but let's consider possibilities. If setup visuals only manipulates room's internal state, it doesn't need room to be in the scene tree. If setup visuals interacts with the scene tree, accessing room.get parent to position itself relative to the rooms. Conclusion: this is the most likely step to be effective without seeing setup visuals. I can't say for sure, but it depends on the scene tree. Moving add child to the end could cause issues. General consideration: scene tree lifecycle. Adding a node to the scene tree triggers certain lifecycle methods like entry and ready. If the scene is running, if room or its children rely on these, the initialization hasn't happened yet, potentially affecting setup visuals or other logic. Editor version runtime. Runtime layout, the scene tree is active if setup visuals or other methods expect ready to have been called. Moving add child to the end delays this initialization. That's just if this adds it to the scene tree. Well, yeah. Add child remains the same. Keep. You say if it's better to keep near the start of the function as it is now, this ensures the room is in the scene tree before any operation that might depend on it. Okay. Mm, it's probably fine for most stuff, but it could cause potential issues. All right, that's actually enough. I can't do another query, I guess, for another couple of minutes or something. But that's actually enough for me. Rebuild set owner. Set owner and rebuild. Hmm. Mm, let's check something. Editor map. I'm gonna go ahead and ask it anyways. Should set owner and rebuild doors be in separate functions or a single function? Let's see if it'll let me do that. Because I think it's already been after 4 minutes, and so. Gotta let it keep going until it's, Oh, one query left for Grok 3. And then resets after 2 hours. That's fine. Okay. Okay, it's refactoring to move logic, analyze this in context is a relevant part. Set owner, door in south, followed by the loop to repopulate. You're also planning to move door related visual. I have to keep pulling this up because somehow this it's like a blanket or something that I used as a kind of seat cover because these seats when we first got the seats they smelled pretty bad of vinyl, that vinyl smell, the plastic smell. So I had to put one of these on there just so I wouldn't like get the plastic all smell all over me and stuff. And I kind of kept it ever since. In fact, what's funny is the um the arms on here kind of started to split a little bit, so the cover is still okay to do because of that. Set owner. Okay, you also plan to move to a separate. CG integration doesn't directly depend on the doors array. Rebuild doors. Clears and rebuilds the room doors array to ensure it matches, maintain their internal state. Uh, Setting the owner properties doesn't require the doors array to be up to date. Owner loop iterates over dependencies. Pros and cons combining into one function. Atomic operation combines two related setup steps. Is the risk of forgetting one step? Uh, Simplicity the color. Keep the color node concise. Performance. Less flexibility. If you ever need to set the owner without rebuilding the doors or vice versa, a single function forces both operations. Mixed responsibilities. Or rebuilding doors about internal state management. Combining mix of two distinct concerns makes the code harder to reason. Okay. Each function has a single responsibility. Uh, Flexibility. Clarity. Cons. More calls in color. Two function calls, which is slightly more verbose. You combine them and you can optimize for merging two loops over get children. the number of iterations from 2 to 1, which is a minor performance improvement, likely negligible in the rooms of many children. Editor layout tool, both approaches work in the editor. Feature maintenance, easier to maintain. Distinct responsibilities, mitigating downsides, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get it. So, maybe that's the thing I do here last before I finish up today. Okay. So, okay, let's go to the editor map here first. Let's do a thing. The first thing I want to do is I want to write 2 functions in here that I call. So basically, func should I say room set owner, because it'll be like room dot set owner. And since this is here and not applying to the room, we'll do it like that. Room set owner. How I do it though is that give me a quick second. Room dot set owner, and then the owner would be the node that you're passing in. Okay. Oh, I see. Just a second. All right, let's go into visual room. Function. Open JSON. Okay, go on. Create. Create from JSON. Get door by choice. Create doors from specs. Let's just func set owner. Owner. Colon. Yes, like that. Okay. And then let's go back to editor map. We're going to do this. Control C. Here and Control V. Okay. Equals owner. self.owner equals owner. For door in self.getChildren, door is visual door, door owner equals owner. So set owner, so it's going to be like room.set owner self. Then it's going to say owner, self.owner equals owner. For door in self.getChildren, if door is visual door, door.owner equals So I should be able to do that with no real problem. Control S. Okay, let's go back to editor map. Let's go ahead and Control K. We'll say room.set. What did I call it though? Oh. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and add the visual room. Room village visual room dot set owner. So okay, let's see if that doesn't screw anything up. Save. Okay, everything looks good. Save scene. Everything looks correct here. Okay, so I'm not getting no node selected. I'm not getting any real actual problems here, right? Okay. So it looks like that worked okay. Let's go back to the script. I should be done by now. Let's go ahead and room.rebuild doors. Now let's go into visual room. Func rebuild doors. Okay. And Control V. That we're doing. Control C. Okay, so this is going to be self. That door is clear. For child in self.getChildren. If child is visual door, stuff, doors, and child. Room.editor map equals self. Maybe let's see something here. Where is that I just set with the thing, so then in a sense I don't really need that. I don't need this one. Rebuild doors. Okay. Go ahead and okay. So now things are a little bit cleaner, I think, because now this is from in there now. Now, the question is here, if I can just click save and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to save everything. We're going to save room data, make sure that's all cool. I'm going to scene, village, save scene. Lines container, everything seems to be good. It's all working good. Since I already have the originals again saved, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and remove these. Okay. Everything seems to be working fine. So now I just have a function called rebuild doors in the room class itself. And so that's taken care of now, apparently. Hopefully. And just add these extra spaces here. And I'm going to go ahead and do my thing here where I do this. Then I do this. Okay. It looks like everything's good. Enter. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this in a separate deal. Looks like everything's kind of hunky-dory now, ain't it? Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay, so do my recording thing here that I normally do. And even though I didn't get a whole lot done, I did kind of start getting some stuff done. Did I? Okay. I actually did work on the cards a little bit too, didn't I? Okay, so let's go ahead and do my recording real quick. Today is Thursday, May 29th, 2025, and I got a few things done. For starters, I added where's the deal? Okay, there we go. I added a bit of text here to some of these. Not this one, but this one. There were most calls to really enchanted lane, and Sean's having leaving work, and we're walking home. That wait, which one is that? That's Cerulean. Anyways, I just added a few more things. For instance, the choice to they're okay. So they're both continues. So they're going to continue on. Let's go back up here. Okay, so I added some extra like text, right? You want to use the magic mailbox. You want to use the spell. Then hit 1 or 2. Right. Anyways, I added that and shoot. And then for the script, I basically moved some code from add room to editor map into the visual room class. So that's one less thing. Anyways, that's what I got done today. I don't know if that's good for today. My eyes are falling asleep, but I'm falling asleep like usual, as per usual. Tonight I should be getting to bed even earlier, and I'm just pulling my time back, so I'm still feeling it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Rook, thanks for stopping by because you're about the only one that does. Although occasionally other people do come in and watch, but you're pretty consistent. So cool. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.